So as several residents in Joburg struggle with water supply, Umngeni-Uthukela Water is set to present its annual report in KZN today, detailing its financial and operational performance over the past year. The entity provides water to approximately 6.7 million people. Over the past year, Umngeni-Uthukela Water has faced several challenges related to internal governance, financial mismanagement and operational issues. Reports have also surfaced alleging excessive board fees, with directors reportedly awarding themselves 2.6 million rand during a ministerial transition period back in 2024. Let's get you a sense of what else to expect. Bring in SABC News reporter Jayed Paulse live to us now from Durban. And Jayed, so much to anticipate ahead of this particular update, especially when you consider, let's say, call it the background issues around this particular entity.
Well, a very good morning to you, Ayanda. And yes, there's several challenges that we need to still sink our teeth into, but there's also several milestones that Umngeni-Uthukela Water Board has achieving actually a clean audit in 2025. We spoke to the Chief Executive Officer that said they are providing bulk water to various municipalities, and so far they have done a great job in terms of keeping KwaZulu Natal's taps from running dry. But to speak to us about some of the challenges behind the scenes, I am joined by Advocate Vusi Kuzwayo, the board chairperson. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Kuzwayo. A very important day for the water board. If we look at the last 10 years, and just looking at KZN, there were 4 water boards in the province, and now it amalgamated into one, Umngeni-Uthukela Water Board, providing water to millions of people in KwaZulu Natal. But obviously, with milestones, there comes challenges as well. And we've seen these challenges peddled out in social media. Talk to us about where we are in the 10 years and how has it been?
Yes, thank you for having me, and morning to the listeners. The challenges, they literally vary, because if you look at how our mandate is structured, in such that we currently must deal with water security. So if one were to just spend some few minutes on water security, it means there must be dams where water is stored. It means there must be water purification. It means there must be funds for dealing with a lot of debt that comes into our water, which we call it pollution. And these chemicals, they don't come cheap. So literally, when you look at how much we are required to do, I think as a board, because we are now a wall-to-wall cover for the province, and we have additionally also have a project in the Eastern Cape. But when you take everything into its totality, it's about money that must be collected for water services. That money is the money that then must be used, which then I can say must be invested in future projects, so that we can have water security for the people of the province.
And I imagine this is where the municipalities come into play, because they work hand in glove with the water board. In terms of some of the challenges, we've seen some of the municipalities not being able to come on board and leaving the water board to actually foot the bill, so to speak. Where does that leave you?
I think because of the transversal nature of the services being rendered, both National Treasury and DWS, Department of Water and Sanitation, and COGTA, National, they've come on board to ensure that the certain provisions of the Constitution that empowers the Minister of Treasury to actually not distribute the equitable share to the municipalities, and rather prioritize settling the escalating water debt. It's a very positive step which without that, I think the board, for instance, speaking for Umngeni-Uthukela Water Board, would not really afford to be owed in excess of $1 billion by a municipality that has received water, sell the water, but not pay for the water received.
And as the board chairperson, there's also been a lot of scrutiny when it has come to the board, especially that trip to New York. If we look at some of the challenges within the board, there's allegations of mismanagement. There's also allegations that some board members are getting an exorbitant amount of money, salaries. Just as the board chairperson, your stance on this?
Yes. Basically, when we came to the board, there's one route for processing board members' fees. Is the secretariat, is the company secretary. So as board members, for instance, we found a system that has been in place. And the irony is that it is not us who put anything into the system. We've got registers, for instance. If you walk around, you'll see a register. We sign the register. After we've gone, somebody within secretariat reconcile the register, reconcile the hours, and then they then process those hours for payment. So what probably one can say, there was a bit of a mischief on the part of those who were actually going around and making such allegations, because those are issues that are actually the responsibility of DWS. There's an office in DWS that is responsible for capacitating the offices of the company secretaries to ensure that they calculate and pay board members according to tariff. And with Umngeni-Uthukela Water was regraded. So what it meant when we came in at an institution that was a higher grade, and they paid at a higher grade, which is what is the norm. But those are the issues which I think the minister has appointed a company to investigate. And I think on behalf of the board, I maintain it is the company secretary that will have to make those explanations, because they do the payments.
And I imagine that report will also be privy to the media once it's released. Before I let you go, Mr. Kuzwayo, let's turn our focus on the milestones. A clean audit for this year.
The clean audit really didn't come as I wouldn't say as a surprise, because it's an effort. You put your systems in place. You then go back to what the Auditor General had raised in the prior year audit outcomes. So with us, when we came to the board, there already was a very huge sum of irregular expenditure. And irregular expenditure, there's a process where Treasury requires of you to follow in order to then clear all those irregular expenditures. So those processes for us are the processes that we then started to put in place. Hence, when we got to the clean audit, we are then saying this is not the last. We want an unqualified audit report. We literally would want to clear all the irregular expenditures as per Treasury guidelines and everything.
Thank you very much, Advocate Vusi Kuzwayo. You and I will continue this conversation. I unfortunately have to wrap and hand back to studio. But Ayanda there, Umngeni-Uthukela Water Board will be releasing their annual report, and in that report, a clean audit, but also addressing some of the challenges. And as you heard, Advocate Kuzwayo there, the board chairperson, also touching on some of the scrutiny that the board has come under over the past couple of months now, as you've seen on social media, but also also speaking about the milestones and the collaborative effort and partnership with municipalities to come on board. Speaking about the challenges also there about, the water that they have to not only release to some of these municipalities, but also footing the bill as municipalities are unable to pay their debt. But it's back to you in studio.
All right, Jayed Paulse, live to us there from Durban, where we're expecting that much anticipated briefing. For now, thanks very much indeed.